like, what, a month? Oh yeah, these things are, like, once a month. I swear I feel like I should be doing more than one session of this, but it's whatever. Yes, we're gonna continue. Okay. Alright. Yep. Looks like we're fighting a Galmon. Ouch. Ooh. Let's see if we have any memory ups. Alright. I swear, I gotta remember to use those. Looks like we're going for another round against these guys. Ouch, that hurts so much. Pew. Ouch. Oosh. Nice. Oh, great, the cat wants something. Ouch.
君がいてくれてよかった。無理しちゃダメだよ。無理しちゃダメだよ。みんなよく頑張ったね。
I do apologize for not being very talkative. It's just... I wish I didn't have... Well, I guess you... Let's see. Let's convert some people. Wish there was a way to fast forward this. So we're just gonna
無理
fight.
しちゃダメだよ。
Ouch.
続けていこう。
Alright. That solves that problem.
無理しちゃダメだよ。
Two Dorumons.
みんなよく頑張ったね。
Let's de-digivolve some people. we gotta go another round with these guys. Nice.
みんなよく頑張ったね。
Alright. That's all of them taken care of. Let's go report back to Kyoko. Now wait, one more floor and... What if Green Lantern was in Gurren Lagann? Oh dear. Hal Jordan wouldn't really be that good a user of spiral energy. I suppose that's true. Of course, it's my job to find out instead of any reasonable authority figure. We got Comcast. Wait a minute, why did I go to the map? Ay, ay, ay. Interesting. Several hours later. His arm's not getting tired. That's definitely hyperbole. Whoop! You can only connect jump if you're disappointed. Well, I guess I should just play some Xbox Connect in that case, because I'll always be disappointed in that. Alright, let's go investigate more digital space.
無理しちゃダメだよ
Because this totally isn't a dungeon design that we're already tired of at this point. Oh, jeez.
無理しちゃダメだよ
Probably gonna get that one wrong because I don't know anything about Japan. Let me guess what kind of Digimon I'm gonna need for this one.
無理しちゃダメだよ
It's neither of these.
続けていこう
Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, hey Alex, how's it going?
Oh, it's actually going pretty good. I just got back from a mile run that I got in under 13 minutes. So,
Nice.
yeah, it probably would have been like closer to 12 if it hadn't been for the fact that I screwed around with the radar system up there trying to see how fast I was running.
Interesting. So, you didn't really miss much earlier with Digimon. You're fighting a bunch of Gaomon, and hello Terriermon and Lopmon.
I once saw a thing about designing Digimon where you take something and you add as many guns and metal parts to it as you can.
Oh, jeez.
Isn't there one that's actually just a pistol with a head?
Yes,
pistol
there
for a
is.
head?
Yes,
Yeah.
there is actually. It's called
Hey,
Deputy
the boob missiles.
Metal Greymon has peck missiles, not boob missiles. Let's make that distinction very clear.
Hey, I couldn't resist. It was right there in front of me.
That's fair. Okay, so now that I'm in a more talkative mood, how about I actually get to talking about the movie that I wanted to talk about for a while now?
Oh yeah, Avengers Endgame meets or Avengers Infinity. Let's call them what they are. Avengers Infinity Game meets Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yep.
無理しちゃダメだよ
So in
And I have no clue what the hell I'm supposed to be doing in Uncharted 4. What the hell was I doing last year?
Committing suicide?
Okay. Cowabunga!
Oh, come on, man. You just got on here. You just got on here. Wow, Nakano's not looking too good.
Let's see.
Anyway.
Okay, that one wasn't on purpose.
Anyways, so basically, after 14 movies in the DC animated movie universe,
as opposed to the DC animated universe and the DC original movies and the DC animated movies that have absolutely nothing to do with anything else.
Yeah. Basically, this is an attempt at a animated cinematic universe, since it seemed that the live-action stuff was taking its sweet-ass time to come out. Because seriously, Man of Steel, then 3 years later, or Batman v Superman.
Well, you can thank the fact that they wanted to edit. What was supposed to happen was BVS was supposed to come out around the same time as Age of Ultron in 2015. That's why the movie says 2 years later.
Yeah, how it should have ended even lampshaded that.
Yeah, and then
it happened to come out just a few months before Captain America's Civil War.
Well, that was the date that Dawn of Justice was supposed to come out, because they were two separate movies that got edited into one.
Basically, the part of Dark Knight Returns that everyone seemed to care about, which is Batman fighting Superman, and what was it? And the part of Death of Superman where Superman gets killed by Doomsday. Yeah, and they wound up hacking out. Well, they wound up hacking out, like, what? I think it was like an hour and a half compared to, in the theatrical cut, as compared to the 2 2-hour movies. Wasn't Batgirl in the R-rated cut? No, she wasn't. Jimmy Olsen's sister was, though. By the way, I seriously disagree with the whole decision of killing Jimmy Olsen off in the movie, because I'm like, seriously, you're gonna kill off Jimmy Olsen just to make this the dark brooding film, because you don't want to try to be a comic book movie. You want to be the super serious as DC film. Yeah, they couldn't even tell us that the guy that was with Lois was even Jimmy Olsen. Like, what the hell? Warner Brothers, you cut out the section where the guy tells you who the hell he is, and you also cut out the section where they explained why Superman couldn't see what the fucking where the explosives in the wheelchair was. It was fantastic, guys. That's not a massive plot hole or anything. I mean, granted, they did kind of explain that, but at the same fucking time, guys, you guys did the same thing to fucking Harry Potter back in the day. Oh, great. The PS4 chat froze again. Oh, great, the PS4 chat froze again. Yay. Oh, fantastic. On my end, anyway. But they Harry Pottered the DC movies, and then they Harry Pottered them again, because they went from they started doing really dumb shit with them. But you know, they at least they weren't doing reshoots back in the day with Harry Potter. They just hired the equivalent of the 2003 or so equivalent of Rian Johnson, made the third film. No, I don't have a particularly high opinion of Alfonso Cuarón's Prisoner of Azkaban. Shut the fuck up. Ah, jeez. I don't even know how the hell I got up here. That's the weird part. I mean, I guess that's the problem with waiting a week. Yeah. But anyway, and don't forget, I play most of these games only like once a month. So I'm operating on a severe handicap here. Well, I'm trying to play through Fire Emblem Fates in my spare time because I got the undubbed version without the fucked up script. Wait, you mean like this is a version of the game that has the Japanese translated dialogue? The original Japanese translated dialogue and the original Japanese voices. Okay, then that would be something I'd want to get, because...
I'll see if I can find where I got it from, because
as much as I
think they've updated a few times since
As much as I prefer, quite a few of the English voice actors to the Japanese counterparts, screw that script.
Yeah, that script...
That script is not something I can defend. The voice acting I can defend, but not the script. No. That is a horribly written...
That's Dragon for I love you. Fuck you.
Kana, I love you, but that is a horrible, horrible line of dialogue. So, hold on a sec.
And that's the mission I've been stuck on, by the way. The one where that line originates from.
Wait, seriously?
Yes, I've been stuck on that mission, because I have this policy of never leaving a man behind. And,
I usually save my classic mode playthrough for when I've done it enough times on my... Hold on a sec. Apparently I have to go... Apparently I had to go all the way back. Hi, Jill. And my little sister's in the chat.
Hi. We can't see you because it's not refreshing on the YouTube window for some reason. And I can't see anything anybody's sending me either, so... I actually don't have my chat window open. I have the, I have Kevin's stream on my laptop and then the PS4 on my monitor.
Yeah. So, anyway... Getting to the actual review of the movie... So, after 14 prior films, we apparently end up getting in what is a attempt at a finale of sorts, where the Justice League concoct this plan to assault Darkseid's home on Apokolips when Darkseid isn't really doing much. He's just sitting there chillaxing like a baller.
Wait, so is he planning to do anything?
No,
particularly nefarious.
No, Darkseid isn't doing. Darkseid didn't do anything. He's just like, you know, he's there. He was just like sitting there on his throne room, like I said, chillaxing like a baller.
Do they at least have the excuse of Infinity War and Endgame, where the guy actually did something previous that needs to be addressed?
Okay, so Darkseid in Justice League War was basically the main antagonist, and he tried to capture people so that he could make them into parademons. And then he also created Doomsday in this continuity to go kill Superman. And in the Justice League. And then... And then he also turned that one Henry dude into Cyborg Superman.
Hank Henshaw?
Yeah.
Okay. You know, the funny thing is, I can see a branch where I could swing from, but it's not scripted to do so. This isn't The Legend of Zelda, unfortunately.
So...
where they just stick stuff around and let you figure it out on your own. No, they have to highlight shit in this game.
So yeah, Darkseid has a couple of things to answer for, but at the moment, he's not doing anything. He's just sitting there, and then he finds out through Cyborg's eye, thanks to Mother Box technology, since, you know, Cyborg has been recently turned into, like, a Mother Box guy, a hook-a-boom tube and whatnot. He watches through Cyborg's eye of them planning their assault on Apokolips, including like schematics on the weaknesses of the parademons. And Darkseid's like, okay, I see your hand. Well, let me play mine. And so when they get there, and John Constantine is also in on this, along with Zatanna. So we could have some magic users in on this, since this is a Justice League Dark. since this is a Justice League Dark movie, we have to have John Constantine and whatnot in here.
Well, yeah, because they canceled this fucking show.
Was it any good?
That was literally the best show DC made. Like aside from like maybe early Smallville, that's the best show that DC has. It was the best of the modern era of the like the Arrowverse shows, definitely. Like outside of maybe, I think it might have been like below Arrow's season 1, but it's leaps and bounds above everything that came after that.
Right. A lot of people do enjoy like the Flash series.
Oh, that show is shit. That show is absolute garbage. Like, here's the plot of your average season of the Flash. My name is Barry Allen. I'm the fastest man alive. Oh no! Evil Flash showed up! Run, Barry, run! Okay!
That makes too much sense. And then there's, of course, like...
I have spent 14 minutes getting my face sanded off on this wall.
So... Oh, anyway, then in Darkseid... Then when they arrive on Apocalypse, naturally, a Darkseid plays his hand and brings out parademons that are merged with Doomsday's DNA, thus making them part Kryptonian, because I'm not sure if this is true or not, but apparently Doomsday is primitive Kryptonian.
I'd have to look that up. I can't remember which version of that's from.
Could have sworn it was something. Could have sworn it was like the original version, but hey, what do I know?
The problem is that I just don't remember. Okay, yeah, it is he is like prehistoric Kryptonian according to Google, but that doesn't help me much.
Right. So
Wikipedia.
So immediately after
the ultimate killing machine. Yeah, prehistoric Krypton, yeah. That's the original. I just had to make sure because there have been a few variations of the character throughout the years.
Yeah, considering how many rewrites a lot of characters go through, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And immediately after the Paradoom ends up...
That is a stupid name, by the way.
Blame the naming conventions of the DC animated movie universe. Because it's the same universe that decided, let's ship Raven and Damian.
And it's the same universe that decided that, what the hell was the Hell to Pay storyline about before they shoehorned Suicide Squad in because Harley Quinn is big?
I haven't seen that movie, that's the problem.
That's the one with the full frontal nudity in it, too.
Well, considering it's an R-rated film, that would make sense. Well, Waspmon's out. Gonna
Hell to
change.
Pay was based on... Let's see... DC Universe animated original movies, 31st film in that. Let's see here. I know it was based on something.
So essentially... So then...
Just keep going on.
So then, 2 years later... There's Superman and Raven show up to greet John Constantine, who is drunk. I'll get it.
Of course he is.
And apparently... And apparently we find out that... And after a scuffle with some parademons that showed up, following Raven and John Constantine... Or, not John Constantine, Superman. And they find out that Superman has been injected with liquid kryptonite, thus permanently depowering him, or at least that's what the movie tells us. Yeah, come on. Come on, we know that's BS.
It's called exposing him to some sunlight, for fuck's sake.
Well, apparently the Earth hasn't really had any good sunlight in God knows how long.
Batman has a fucking spaceship, doesn't he?
About Batman. For some reason...
He's dead, isn't he?
He's not dead, no.
Okay, he's stupid, isn't he?
He actually went along with this plan without any disagreements whatsoever.
Pray tell why?
I don't know. And Batman, and you know what's worse? Batman went in on this mission without any, gear or whatnot besides the basics on his utility belt. Oh, even though he should have probably brought in like a mech or something. You sent a normal dude to Apocalypse with only his utility belt full of gadgets, and all you do with him is just have him fight a little bit, get subdued by Paradooms, and then get tortured on the Mobius chair until he's Darkseid's most loyal servant. Yes, they have
bullshit.
Yes, they have Metron's Mobius chair in there, and somehow... And they don't even establish where Darkseid even got it from.
Yeah, I call bullshit. I call bullshit on that for a number of reasons. First off, Batman failing a fucking will save. Seriously?
Yeah, and Batman has been on the Mobius chair before and has dominated it.
Yeah, that's from that thing where he's like, where he has the Highlander moment, I see everything, I know everything. I am God kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that fuck you.
And then...
Fuck you, DC.
And then... And let's not even get into the fact that Batman thought... And again, the fact that the Holy Trinity of DC thought it would be a good idea to bring Mera, Aquaman, and Martian Manhunter to Apocalypse. A fire world where... they would get utterly wasted.
They didn't think to bring Red Tornado or Green Lantern or...
They had Hal Jordan on their team.
Okay, but there's more than one Green Lantern.
John Stewart was apparently on Oa, along with Guy Gardner, and I don't even think Kyle Rayner was in on this either.
Oh, fantastic. Just leave the best Green Lantern out.
Wait till...
I'm really fucking glad I didn't watch this movie. Because this is just concentrated stupid.
I know...
Speaking of concentrated stupid, please, for the love of God, somebody tell me how to get off this fucking ledge.
Okay.
I can't get out of here.
Anyway... to keep going with this... So... So... Aquaman... So Aquaman gets taken out by Darkseid bisecting him with his Omega beams. Mera gets her face clawed in. Martian Manhunter predictably burns. Hawkman has his wings ripped off.
Oh, right, I have the fucking Piton.
Shazam gets his leg bitten off. Wonder Woman has her left arm torn off. And Cyborg has both of his arms torn off after he helped Shazam get out of there. And you know who they had to defend the Earth?
The fucking Wonder Twins?
They had the Titans. Just the Titans.
Just the Titans. No Justice Society, none of the rest of the members of the Justice League.
No! Bruce Timm's Justice League would have been more reasonable, other than these schmucks.
Just the Titans. Not even the Suicide Squad?
No, the Suicide Squad come into play after the world gets screwed over.
Oh, because of fucking course they do. It's a good thing the only thing I have near me to drink is water.
Why?
Oh, I'm kind of facetious. I don't drink. I'm just saying this is very maddening.
Okay, so... And you know, the thing is like... There are some good movies in this cinematic universe. It's just... You know... There's so few of them. Like, a third of these movies are actually good. Why? Why is it... I mean, I know I praise the MCU to high heaven, even though I know you don't like it. And for the most part...
It's not that I don't like it, it's that I think that the quality is kind of falling down over the years.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not arguing with you on that one. I mean, as much as I love Spider-Man Far From Home, holy crap, did they really not... Were they really not able to get a physical prop up for... Or that frigging gun?
No physical prop for the gun. The sign was CGI. The costume battle damage was CGI. The costume itself was CGI enhanced because it fucking sucked.
Which one?
Both of them. We'll say both of them. From like maybe the Iron Spider, because I like Iron Spider.
I can understand the Iron.
Really
I can understand the Iron Spider suit being CGI because of the way that it's, you know, composed.
Oh yeah.
But I can't really, for the life of me, understand why either Far From Home Spider-Man suit is CGI. Wait, they didn't make the first suit CGI. Did they? You know, the one where he's basically Night Monkey?
I don't think the Night Monkey suit was CGI. I know
because that looked like actual fabric.
Yeah, the Scarlet Spider suit's not CGI, but that I have issues with the Scarlet Spider suit anyways.
Regardless of that movie, or
just with that specific version of it, not the...
I didn't mind that suit. It looked nice.
The eyes are too fucking big.
Right. Right, good. Right, I keep forgetting that's been kind of a beef regarding, let's see. Oh, right, I'm supposed to be on Nakano Broadway. Friggin' hell, man.
Come on, man.
Excuse me a sec,
Just
I gotta use the
here.
restroom.
Yeah, that's my fault entirely. I forgot about the piton. The hell? Oh, there he is.
Alright, I'm back. Hello?
Hello.
Sorry about that. Anyway...
Yeah, no problem.
Anyway, so getting back to Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. So, you know what I would think would have made sense? Have the guys that are you know, weak to fire stay on Earth.
Oh boy, that'd make too much sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because at least you would have the entirety of Atlantis to defend, and Earth as well as the Titans and whatever other thing you would have wanted to establish as defending Earth. But no, just leave it up to the Titans, which only have a few members that could actually do something. No offense to you, Beast Boy, but you did not stand a chance. And a lot of the Titans, like their comic book counterparts, bit the dust. So yeah, you know, but you want to know who is the only solitary, single person who objected to this whole plan?
Who?
Damien.
Is that because they were trying to make him look bad, or is that because they were trying to make him look good?
Flip a coin. Yeah. Oh, and Dick Grayson got killed.
Oh, fantastic. That's just great. Kill off Nightwing, one of the most beloved characters in all of comics.
Oh, and it gets worse for him. So they end up... So
did he get cucked?
No. Because Starfire got bisected it as well, and her organs were, like, just lying on the ground.
In the movie?
Yeah. It's an R-rated movie.
Huh.
Anyway, so Raven and Superman went to John Constantine to get a locator spell, and also like I said, Etrigan is also there. So he gets involved. So they find Damien in India, who's taken over the League of Assassins. And it's because the Titans are pretty much dead, and, well, you know how that goes. Oh, and Ra's has also been long dead.
So they kind of pulled what Hawkeye did in Endgame, then?
Kinda, sorta.
Kinda, sorta wish they'd done it better?
Yeah. Considering Damien has actually got a sizable body count. Anyway, so they go to the headquarters of the League of Assassins, and with Lady Shiva there as well. So then essentially, Damien reveals that he ended up using the Lazarus Pit on Dick.
Okay, and he came back wrong.
Oh yeah, he came back mentally insane.
I am vengeance. I am the knight. I am the edgy Dick Grayson. Ugh.
No, he didn't become Jason Todd. No, he lost his mind. Like, to the point where Damien had to put him in a straight jacket and lock him in a cell.
So, like, post-Lazarus Sarah, then?
Yeah.
What the...
Anyway.
I didn't tell the game to do that. I just want that on the record.
I know you didn't. You've established how clearly broken that game is. So...
I was trying to get back up on the goddamn ledge.
So
anyways, please continue. Sorry.
So then they get... So then when, So then after... Or they coerce Damien into joining them, they go to find out that Lois has been going through negotiations on Strikers by getting into a boxing match with Harley Quinn.
Purely for platonic reasons, right?
Yes, because they wanted to get them on the side to take down Darkseid and whatnot.
Yes.
So, and at this point in time, Superman and Lois have pretty much hooked up.
Well, at least it's better than Brian Michael Bendis' bullshit in the comics, then.
And the fact that the two voice actors voicing both Lois and Superman are married.
Oh, that's cool.
Jerry O'Connell and Rebecca Romijn.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Mystique.
hey, she played Mystique in the X-Men.
Yep. So... Let's see what's... Yes, Jill, and unfortunately, Jill, I've got bad news for your boy. He is a... How should I put this? A bottom bitch. Because after negotiations end up going well, via Lois Lane tasing Harley with some shock... with her own shock gloves, and Harley going, I taught Putty Tat. Before getting knocked out. Yes, they literally got Hynden Walsh to voice Harley Quinn for this film, and they had her say that.
Because of course they did.
Mm-hmm. And... Hold on. Okay, Shibuya Records is where we're going next. So...
This sounds like they're trying to have their serious cake and have their goofy pudding. All at the same time. Almost as if they didn't realize that you shouldn't mix your desserts like that.
No, you really shouldn't. I mean, this is kind of part of the problem with Justice League Dark, Ark's first outing in this animated universe. And I'm just like, oh dear lord. So then...
Oh, for the love... What the hell are you stuck on, Drake?
He is stuck on the meaning of life. Anyway, so then we get the whole, John Constantine once slept with the fishes. His joke. He's not dead, he's just, you know... He slept with
He just fucked Killer Crockett.
No, King Shark.
King Shark, yeah. Sorry, the one that was voiced by David Hayter.
When did David Hayter voice King Shark?
90s Flash show and the Flash TV show more recently.
Wow. You know, lately King Shark has been getting quite a bit of recognition, though, thanks to the Harley Quinn show and what they did with him.
I don't know. What do they do with him in that show?
They make him kind of silly.
I'm almost afraid to ask.
He's still a people eater shark.
Come on.
Anyway, so then they go into LexCorp, or where a bunch of troops are stationed there. Airs just so they can get at the boom tube to go to Apocalypse. And meanwhile, Les as few groups of superheroes are going after these Reaper things that are sucking the Earth dry.
Oh yeah, question, where the fuck is Lex Luthor? Because, you know, he kind of doesn't want the Earth destroyed.
He's being a suck-up to Darkseid.
Because of course he is! Why would the guy who's, like, why portray him as a man with some kind of principles who, like, actually gives a shit about the Earth? Oh no. We gotta make sure that everybody knows that he's a villain. Because it's not like he's, I don't know, stood up to Darkseid or guys like that in the past. Not like he once reset the entire timeline because the Earth got fucking destroyed because of shit he did.
Yeah. So,
not like he's a... Fuck it, sorry, go ahead.
So it turns out he's also undercover for the Resistance fighting against Darkseid. So, around the world, the Reapers that are sucking the Earth dry are being targeted by Superboy, Steel, Shazam, and Batwoman, Batgirl, Batwing, and Swamp Thing.
That is a massive mishmash of characters. That is like the most varied smorgasbord of characters I've heard of in a very long time.
And guess how well their mission goes?
Poorly.
They all die.
Maximum disrespect.
Oh, hi, Edamon, aka Fran's totally favorite Digimon right here.
I can't tell if that's sarcastic or not.
It is sarcastic because he hates Edamon with a burning passion.
I can understand why. He looks like a very irritating dude.
By the way, in the English dub for Digimon Adventure, Edamon sounds like Elvis.
Oh. I can kind of understand why.
And in one Digimon Abridged series that is no longer available on YouTube, he is voiced by Curtis Arnott.
Was it the
Digimon Camper's Guide?
Okay, I don't actually think I've heard of that one. Huh.
Yeah. Anyway, so basically, meanwhile, the Suicide Squad and company end up invading LexCorp, or Raven almost kills Lex because he tried hurting Damian. And essentially Lex reveals that he was actually working for them the entire time. I'm as a sleeper agent, even though that's not how sleeper agents are supposed to work.
And he would also have been much more effective if he, I don't know, maybe used his vast arsenal to help defend the Earth.
He ends up keeping a vast arsenal of kryptonite-related weapons in case the Paradooms came after him.
Which wouldn't have been at all useful when the Earth was being invaded.
He was part of the invasion for Orson Apocalypse, apparently.
Yeah, you're right. That's not how a sleeper agent works.
Yeah, because a sleeper agent is supposed to be acting against the bad guys without knowing it. They did it so well in Young Justice when it turned out that the clone of Roy Harper was actually the double agent the entire time and not Artemis. I just spoiled the near end of Season 1 of Young Justice to you.
I haven't seen Young Justice. So.
You need to watch Young Justice. Really great Greg Weisman show.
Okay.
So, essentially...
Hey, guys, I'm right next to you. Come say hi.
I have not encountered a single Digimon on my way to fighting Edamon. This is problematic. So now we're supposed to try to sneak up behind him. Because my Digimon can't help me corner him. No, that would make sense.
Yes, because it's not like you have 1, 2, 3 gigantic Digimon.
Plus, one of them is an ultimate. Plus, as one of them is an ultimate level.
I love how these guys will just walk past the corpse of one of their buddies and not even to sound the alarm.
This isn't even like Metal Gear Solid where they would do that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then, so then they get to Apocalypse, and meanwhile, while the A-team that's gonna go stop Darkseid, stop of Darkseid's plans and whatnot. Darkseid is on Oa, subjugating the Green Lantern Corps. Because as if they do, because as if they do anything other than die in these movies.
Whatever happened to being the Guardians of the Universe? Whatever happened when one Green Lantern was something to be feared?
Nowadays they're about as expendable as
red shirts on Star Trek?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, and you know, there was that one time where Batman wielded a Green Lantern ring, as we've talked about before. Do I even need to say why that is ridiculous?
Because he is the embodiment of fear?
Well, that and his willpower made him severely overpowered.
You know, I kind of feel like Batman would be just a Yellow Lantern based on the fact that he instills so much fear into people.
Isn't there an outfit? Wasn't there one time when Batman was a part of the Sinestro Corps?
I can't remember. Probably.
I mean, there's an outfit for him in the Batman Arkham games.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway.
Come on, come and get me, numbskulls. How did you see me?
Anyway, so then, and Superman tells Darkseid, who's almost done, with taking out, with subjugating Oa, being like, "Hey, Darkseid, we've got a problem here." And then then Darkseid's informed of the unauthorized use of the boom tube. So then he gets himself out of Oa while he has Batman teleport some of the Earth's magma they acquired to Oa, so that he could basically, kill some peeps, including Jon Stewart.
In brightest day and blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let all who worship evil's might be where my power Green Lanterns lie.
He tried
chanting. That is the oath of the Green Lantern Corps.
He tried chanting that, but then he got killed before he could finish.
The Green Lantern power battery is on Oa.
Yeah.
If anywhere, the only place where they're more potent is the Blue Lantern homeworld. These guys, once upon a time, the Green Lantern Corps was a force to be reckoned with. One Green Lantern would shine a beacon of light into the darkest depths of the galaxy, of the sector that they were in command of, that they were protecting. And then as time has gone on, the Green Lanterns have just become... It's the Worf effect. They become bitches.
Yep.
You want to show how tough somebody is, have them beat up the Green Lantern Corps, have them kill a bunch of Green Lanterns.
Hal Jordan and was told by Batman, hey, why don't you go create a perimeter? But then, and Hal's like, nah, fam, I'm gonna go try to fight Doomsday. Because it's not like Doomsday killed off one of the Guardians of Oa during his travels to Earth, right?
It's not like Doomsday killed the actual Man of Steel.
Oh wait, and it's not like Doomsday made Darkseid actually retreat in the original comics. Oh wait, he totally did those things. Anyway, so to delay their progress towards the reactor core or of Apocalypse, we have the Furies, whom this time are metallized versions of Hawkman, Wonder Woman, and Mera, and Martian Manhunter and Starfire.
Why?
Do I look like I have the answers? It's an hour-and-a-half long schlock fest.
Hour and a half?
Yeah.
That short?
Yeah.
That sounds like it should be at least 2.5 hours, 3 maybe.
Like Infinity War and Endgame.
And, yeah, Batman v Superman and Justice League and... What is it with Warner Brothers' fetish for making really short movies out of really fucking long stories? Because they did that to the Harry Potter movies, too.
And yet those movies I've mentioned that I did enjoy were actually somewhat short. Or in terms of the actual storylines they were based off of. Like, for real, if you boil it down, on a lot of Death of Superman, and could really just be paraphrased. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
But something like this? No. Actually, make the film longer, guys. Just because you don't want to be Marvel doesn't mean you shouldn't take notes from your competition. It's called learning
notes from themselves because
it's called learning from your competition and improving upon the mistakes they've made.
Well, they should also be learning from themselves in this case.
Yes, they should.
They have...
Because
let's be real here. The Harry Potter movies were decent when they were around like 3 hours long, and they only got to be like anything remotely resembling good around the time that they were adapting. Like the last one, which was like
Deathly Hallows.
4 or 5 hours, because that was the closest they got to. That was the closest they got to actually being anything remotely accurate, and it was also the closest thing they got to being good, and they still cut a bunch of shit out of it. But they can't. They seem to be incapable of learning from their own mistakes, because some of the worst movies they've made are really fucking short. Like, they cut... The biggest problems with Batman v Superman were caused by the fact that they cut a bunch of shit out. The biggest problems with the Harry Potter movies was caused by because they cut a bunch of shit out. The biggest problems with the Lord of the Rings movies and the Hobbit movies was because they cut a bunch of shit out.
Except the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit movies were, good. Despite that. Yeah. And the thing is like,
sort of, the Lord of the Rings movies kind of have a massive...
Even with all these actual explanations and justifications and whatnot for Batman v Superman, does that really excuse the fact that it was just a half-assed attempt at recreating The Dark Knight Returns and and Death of Superman all in one?
Oh, absolutely, because the thing is, it's a 4+ hour movie that has been cut down to 2.5 hours.
But you know what would have probably made it a little better?
What?
Maybe actually establishing that this is maybe earlier, maybe either using Nolanverse Batman or actually establishing this universe's Batman before throwing him in the fight against Superman.
Well, you can blame that on Warner Brothers, honestly, because they were the ones who made the decision to not bring over. They were the ones who didn't want to continue on from the Nolanverse, although they totally did. It's still totally written like it's a continuation of the Nolanverse. And, Christian Bale didn't want to be involved with anything after Dark Knight Rises because he thought that the story was over. Because, he wouldn't come back unless Nolan came back, because he wouldn't come back without Nolan because Nolan was the one who really pushed that. So he was already out from that time. He was already out because
I get that. Nolan. That makes sense. Yeah. And the thing is like I said, I get not wanting to be your competition, but maybe there's a good reason why your competition lasted as long as it did.
I would not say so, because Marvel has really only lasted as long as it has because it had no competition. The biggest advantage that Marvel had was DC kept shooting themselves in the foot.
Well, that's because they kept placing their faith in just the same IPs, Batman and Superman.
Well, no, because here's what they did. They brought out Green Lantern, they brought out Catwoman, they made a bunch of stuff like that.
Both those movies were terrible.
Yeah, they invested so much time in trying to... They did, what was it? That fucking Birds of Prey series, I think, which was the actual Birds of Prey. It was the closest thing
to the actual Birds of Prey. And for whatever reason, and when they had, like, the Joker scene where he shot Barbara Gordon and whatnot, for some reason they had Mark Hamill dub over the actor who played the Joker in that and scene.
Yeah, that was kind of odd. But, and DC also made a fairly large improvement over Marvel when they decided it was a good idea to keep their TV shows and their movies their own things. They also made a fairly huge mistake when they decided it was a good idea to have Supergirl taking place in a completely different universe where there's a bunch of plot holes, and also Supergirl is apparently had never heard of power and responsibility, and was not raised by anybody who would, like, I don't know, Jonathan and Martha Kent, who would actually instill all that kind of idea into her. Or no, it's fine. It's fine. It's just waste your excellent hours and gifts and stuff.
Yeah, let's also waste the fact that you have friggin' Martian Manhunter in that show as well, while we're at it.
Yeah, because it's not like he's a popular character who would have been great to have his own show. Oh no, we have to make him Supergirl's boss, Supergirl's fucking side character. Oh, fucking hell. No, David Harwood was fucking amazing in that show, and he's sidelined by a bunch of stupid bullshit.
I'm trying to think. So, anyway, getting back to Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. So, after Etrigan does a heroic sacrifice after being killed by Wonder Woman, and John Constantine uses a spell to take advantage of the lasso of Hestia to make and tells Wonder Woman to remember herself, and so she breaks out of that whole whole thing, and he fends off the Furies while our heroes go and do their thing. They get to... When they get inside of the power generator, they find the Flash there. They're powering it via some kind of cosmic treadmill BS, and he's been on that machine for 2 years.
So, the thing from The Dark Knight Strikes Again.
Yeah. It's powering Apocalypse's generator, and...
I will say this, at least they own all the stuff they're ripping off.
Mm-hmm. And so when John calms him down by using a spell to put him to sleep, we end up finding out that we end up seeing the vision of the Flashpoint. I mean, that was caused in, the Justice League Flashpoint paradox thing. So, John ends... So then they end up getting there. So, then they end up finding Cyborg, who has been stripped down to his basic mother box components, and essentially...
The hell is up with that? The smoke. These effects are just fucking weird, man. It's like when I throw a grenade, it explodes and it causes this halo effect, and I can't see shit.
Anyway, and Cyborg has been fully integrated into Apocalypse's systems, and so there's no recovery for him, so he's already dead on arrival.
I'm just getting a Hellbound Park vibe out of that.
What? Out of what I just said?
Where he's like fully merged with the shit.
And John had to use some like techno magic or whatever, or to bring Cyborg's senses back to normal.
That's just a shotgun. That's worthless.
Let's be real here. John Constantine has somehow managed to basically become the most reliable person in all of existence just because of his OP magic.
He's supposed to be the guy you can't trust, too.
But the way they wrote him was not so much. Even ends up, and turns out he even, and earlier there was a thing where John ends up lamenting about the fact that he ended up running away as Zatanna was getting torn apart by a group of Paradooms. He even wonders why he ran himself. And Batman shows up alongside Darkseid. Damian, armed with a kryptonite sword, goes to fight him, and predictably gets his ass kicked. Not like in the previous fight these two have had, and in Batman vs. Robin, where Damian ended up winning that fight somehow.
Yes, because the 12-year-old is totally going to take down the actual, literal Batman. That's,
And you know, that Batman vs. Robin story was supposed to be a Dick and Damian story. It wasn't supposed to be, Bruce.
That was supposed to be
Damian.
while Bruce was dead, right?
Yeah. They swept that storyline under the rug in Batman Bad Blood when Dick it had to temporarily take the cowl because Batwoman had to be stupid enough to intervene in the fight between Batman and the Heretic, who turned out to be Damian's clone. Voiced by Roy Mustang.
Kate, get your lesbian hands off the bat suit.
Yes, she should not be allowed to be in fiction anymore. She has lost her fictional character card.
Yeah, Ruby Rose sucks as her, by the way. Have you seen the porno bat suit?
Wait. Time out. Lindsay Jones once voiced Batwoman?
Wait, who?
Lindsay Jones, the voice of Ruby.
No, I said Ruby Rose, the actress.
Oh, damn it. I thought you were talking about the character. Oh, come on.
No, I've never watched Ruby. Like, the only thing I've seen of Ruby is like, clips of Pro.
Right, because Vic Mignogna voiced him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's totally possible, Naughty Dog. Just don't program to have Drake face it. Just have him throw it behind his goddamn head. That's gonna...
Anyway, so...
all that crunch and you couldn't even program that right, could you?
Anyway, so then Damian ends up getting through to Bruce, who throws the kryptonite sword at Darkseid's eye, who retaliates by firing an Omega Beam aimed at Batman, but Damian takes the blow and pretty much bites it.
Hang on a second. Why would Darkseid be affected by a kryptonite sword?
His weakness isn't even kryptonite, it's a different substance.
Okay, I have something here that I need to read. What do I need to read it in?
Let me think. The Count?
To whoever finds this note, know that Jonathan Burns, erstwhile leader and financier of our expedition, has murdered me, and others for want of Avery's treasure, one treasure. He worked the crew to the point of exhaustion, promising them glory but bringing them illness and starvation, He bound a man to a mast and left him to die. And then I witnessed the bastard push our navigator to his doom for daring to speak his mind. He found me making preparations to leave for home and confronted me. I brandished my pistol and informed him I was returning to England. Wait, no, that's not right. Transylvania. Where I would inform the world of his deeds, And when I turned away, the blackguard shot me in the back and fled into the jungle. I returned fire, but I am not certain if the bullets hit their mark. One bullet. Two bullets. Three bullets. No. You may ask yourself, did he fire 5 times or 6? Well, truth be told, I've kind of lost track myself. So what you gotta ask yourself, kid, is do you feel lucky? Well, do you, Bob? My time grows short and my hand weak. In the absence of earthbound justice, I beseech you, pray to God above that Burns pays for his treachery. Signed, Count Von Count, first mate of Sesame Street 123, March 23rd, 1808.
Oh, God.
And now we have the Count's origin story, who was bitten by a vampire after being shot by this guy.
Okay, I'm like, what the heck did I just walk into?
A dramatic reading.
Yeah, it was a dramatic reading of a note that Drake found in the jungle.
In the Count's voice.
Wait, which count?
The Sesame
Go,
Street
the
one.
Go!
The pimp.
So anyway, I was also doing like a review of Justice League Dark Apocalypse War, and now we've gotten to like the part where
Justice League Infinity game.
Yeah. So then and Raven gets super pissed and ends up releasing Trigon because that's been affecting her throughout this whole movie. And John ends up releasing the chakra bead on her forehead, and then he releases Trigon to go fight Darkseid, and he's like, here's a magical vessel, why don't you use me? And then Trigon's like looking at Superman after he's got the tar kicked out of him, and while wearing the Lexo robot suit.
Right.
Ooh, he's like, nah, fam, I got a better idea. Takes over Superman and removes the liquid kryptonite from his system.
Okay, is this before or after Superboy got his neck snapped?
After Superboy got his neck snapped.
Okay, yeah, I have to bring that up. That's fucking bullshit. Because... what did they do to his corpse?
What?
What did they do to Superboy's corpse?
What?
Like, where did they put it?
Superboy was fighting against Paradooms before he got his neck snapped.
Okay, where was he?
He was in China.
Okay, they have no fucking excuse then.
For what?
Put him in a rocket, aim it at the goddamn sun, shoot him into the sun, he'll be back within a day.
What was he, Solomon Grundy?
Solomon Grundy would die via sun.
Yeah, he's a zombie, he'll be fine.
No, actually throwing Solomon Grundy into the sun is what could kill him.
Oh, to actually kill them for once?
Yeah.
God damn it, Injustice lied to us.
No, Injustice said they threw him into space. Oh, by the way,
Same difference.
Oh, and by the way, we're fighting Flame Dramon, the Fire of Courage, not voiced by Steve Bloom.
Yeah, we've been talking over Drake and his brother arguing about finding this treasure.
Ay, ay, ay. And, anyway, so then...
I'm looking for the treasure. Oh, a treasure. I'm looking for treasures. I'm looking for bullshit collectibles.
So then Superman, and possessed by Trigon, goes to fight Darkseid. And for a while it seemed to be a bit of back and forth. But then Lois sending a last message before she and the Suicide Squad blow up X-Corp's tower, and basically kills off everybody, including Lois. And Supes ends up regaining control, and he goes to town on Darkseid. And Trigon gets sealed inside of an Omega Sphere. Oh, and John Constantine ends up coming back to life after he had his neck snapped by Trigon-possessed Superman.
So Constantine comes back with Superboy, doesn't?
Evidently no. Hold on a sec, I gotta let my dogs in.
What the fuck? No, seriously, I want to know what the fuck. You know, there's enough room, you could just climb over that. You could climb under that. Drake, seriously, man.
Anyway, so...
I'm a big motherfucker and I could have climbed through there.
Anyway, so Raven also gains, like, the white robe thing after reviving Damien. Don't ask. Just don't ask.
So a bunch of humans come back. They're Kryptonians who have, like, an actual built-in part of their anatomy that keeps them from decaying and shit. They just get to go fuck themselves, huh?
Evidently. And so Raven and John Constantine get the super bright idea to release Trigon from that sphere prison so he could go toe-to-toe with Darkseid. And they would have Cyborg basically boom tube Apocalypse to basically somewhere that would basically destroy the whole place and all of the Paradooms and whatnot. And so they escape, and of all people to perform a heroic sacrifice, as we have Trigon on sacrificing himself so that the others can escape without Darkseid. What part of that sentence sounds wrong?
All of it. The fact that this movie exists is kind of baffling.
You would think that this kind of movie would only exist in fairy tales.
Like, legit, I'm not even kidding. Some of the weird fanfics that I've told you about that I wrote sound more coherent than this.
Fanfics I've written sound way more coherent than this. And anyway, so and also the quote-unquote Furies ended up breaking out of their little mind control thing after they freed Cyborg. And so
it's a ruined town. We've seen these about a dozen times, Drake.
So then they ended up going to the ruins of Titan's Tower, and everybody's pretty much mopey because they all screwed up, and pretty much everybody is dead. So Constantine tells Flash, "Hey, remember that thing you did a while back? You know, that thing that basically caused this whole parallel universe thing to start? Why don't you do that again?"
10 million parallel universes later.
Because it's not like that turned out horrible the first time, no.
So Flash does this to go and prevent Superman from doing that stupid plan of his in the first place, thus retconning pretty much everything and possibly creating the DC Rebirth universe, and thus concludes the New 52 DC animated movie universe.
Thank fucking God. Now, I am going to head to the restroom real quick, and then I'm going to complain about Brian Michael Bendis for a bit when I get back.
Yeah.
Oh God. So we have that to look forward to. So yeah, Fran. Oh my God, it's Bush Stash and the bedsheet ghost.
Oh yeah. Now bedsheet ghost in her dreams with the porno stash.
I call it the Bush Stash.
Yeah, of course it is.
君がいてくれてよかった
And you know, I find it dumb that there are a lot of people that end up liking this stupid movie. Because I'm like, why? This is literally just murder porn. Back. Welcome back.
Sorry, go ahead.
I basically compared Justice League Dark Apocalypse War to being literal murder porn.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that's far off. Okay, so either of you guys kept up with DC Rebirth?
Nope.
No, I have not. I've read like one Teen Titans Rebirth comic.
Okay, so once upon a time, DC Rebirth happened and it was fucking awesome. They killed New 52 Superman, who was a fucking dick, and brought back my boy Post-Crisis, who was the Superman I grew up reading. And then they hired Brian Michael Bendis to write the comics, and shit got fucky. See, basically what happened is, after the Flashpoint thing, Clark, Lois, and their kid, Jonathan, I think was his name, Johnny, they were, like, sort of outside of the universe, and they stuck around.
Hold on a second. Amanda, I'm not trying to ignore the chat. I am still enthralled in a bit of conversation. It's just the chat had also froze on me again. Because evidently evidently PS4 chat doesn't work.
No, for some reason. Anyways, so Post-Crisis has his wife and kid, you know, and he gets along with Batman. Batman's got his son and his girlfriend, and then along comes Tom King. Tom King fucks that up.
Oh God! Oh God! God, get him off TV! Get him off!
And then after that, Brian Michael Bendis took over Superman, and they had this whole thing. Bendis is coming. Like, great. Brian Michael Bendis hasn't been good in like 20 years.
Hey.
And so he takes Superman's, like, preteen son, sticks him in a hell dimension for 7 years and a day, and then drops him back off as an adult on the day he left. Superman and Lois break up, and, yeah, it just gets worse. Imagine that. I mean, they were like the last remaining couple in comic book history that hadn't been fucked up by a retcon.
Poor Beast Boy and Raven will never get together again.
The timeline itself had warped around them, like Post-Crisis stuck around. But then they did this really stupid thing where they merged Post-Crisis and New 52, and that was a bad idea because they brought back Silver Age Superman, and Silver Age Superman is a fucking dick. That's where the phrase "super dickery" comes from.
Is that the one where like, every Superman comic book suddenly has a new power?
Yeah, basically.
Great.
It's the one where they couldn't really decide what Superman's powers needed to be.
His superpowers are whatever you feel like writing. He could sneeze and suddenly a whole solar system goes bye-bye.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Sam. Some people kind of like you, but...
Yeah, shit. Oh my fucking god! The game just made me hit triangle to continue a conversation that should have just continued by itself. This isn't interactivity, Naughty Dog. This is just busy work.
Even Final Fantasy XIII has automatic conversations that happen when you walk by people. And that game is a literal hallway.
Yeah, hey, we're walking along. Just talk while we're walking. I don't need to hear this shit. You could, I don't know, maybe just let me play the game while you guys are having your little conversation. I don't need to hit triangle to make shit work. Anyways, yeah, the universe like literally warped itself around on Lois and Clark so that they could stay together.
You know the
and
word.
Then Bendis happened.
Yeah. the fact that Marvel and DC have been declining lately, I'm like, considering the fact that you fail to realize your mistakes when writing stories, kind of makes you wonder why I stick to reading My Hero Academia.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not like My Hero
Academia. Dark Souls boss beyond here. No, it's just shitty fucking rendering.
It's not like My Hero.
How fog works in real life, guys.
It's not like My Hero Academia had a decent villain backstory, or he laid in the manga that actually made us feel something for its main antagonist. Oh wait, yes it did, and yes it did.
Boy, we got fog going on like it's Silent Hill, and pop in like the game was badly programmed, which I think we've already established.
Why is the game I'm playing better programmed than your game? And it's a friggin' Vita game ported to the PS4 for crying out loud.
And then you get a port.
Listen, I'm looking here on the left. On the left, I see no crunch. On the right, I see crunch. And
but can Nathan Drake see why kids love Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
No, because he can't think that far ahead.
Can Nathan Drake see why people like giant, nearly naked anime titties over his pseudo-realistic bullshit?
Hey, nothing wrong with little anime titties.
We know that's the joke, because Neil Druckmann sucks.
Neil Fuckman, more like.
Yeah. He acts like he's fully committed to this thing he has going on regarding how female characters are to be designed, but I'm like, let's be real here. He faps to them just as much as many people do. Let's be honest here.
Oh, like be one of those idiots pissed at the way the female characters look in Mortal Kombat.
Oh, it's Phone-chan.
Okay, come on, Sam. Can we come over here and maybe, I don't know, give me a goddamn boost? So I can get up this fucking window. Sam.
Come on, Sam.
Stop kicking the roof, Sam.
Come on, Sam. You're supposed to be better received than friggin' Sheva Oliver are in Resident Evil 5.
Yeah, the effort shows.
Sheva would kick him in the dick.
He keeps kicking me in the dick.
Why? Why does he keep kicking me in the dick? Wait, I think I know a way we could beat him. If you say hit him hard, if you hit him really hard, I swear to God, I will kick you in the dick.
Yeah.
I guess we could try
hit him really hard. Together?
Whatever.
Whatever.
Hey, what works? Teamwork. Finish him off, you gibbering oaf. See, we can do anything if we work together. Just shut the fuck up, Kakarot.
Shut the fuck up, Kakarot.
Hey, we beat him, right? Yeah, he turned to smoke. Then who's that? Hello there, buddy. Oh, right. The Serengeti Star? That's right.
The Serengeti Star.
That's right. I am Legion, and we are a pain in my ass. Well, Vegeta, you take the 500 on the right, I'll take the 500 on the left. Screw you, I'll take 501.
That's the spirit.
Wow. I can't believe every single one of them kicked you in the dick.
That sounded so much like Krillin when he said that, too.
Well, considering Lanny voices is Krillin and Piccolo and Vegeta, that makes sense.
What do you mean?
you know, I feel like... I just feel... Oh, I really wish that they had done more establishing movies in the DC animated movie universe instead of just like Justice League films, nothing but friggin' Batman solo movies.
No, maybe what they could have done instead was make, I don't know, a connected animated universe.
They did try that in this universe, but it's nowhere near it. It's nowhere near
like TV shows instead.
Oh, you mean like the Bruce Timm animated universe?
Yeah, kind of like that.
And you know, like I said, Bruce Timm's Justice League would have been more reasonable to try and go for an invasion.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you have a whole watchtower full of Leaguers that, even though there are some that are obscure and whatnot, could still put up quite a fight. I mean, you saw... in Death of Superman, you saw Fire teaming up with Jay Garrick and whatnot, fighting against Doomsday. By the way, I did get around to reading that comic storyline. That was... wow. That was intense. Like, the closest thing to getting to some form of accuracy to the original comic was the DC animated movie universe version. And because, like, you've got the Superman Doomsday movie where there's literally... where it looks like it's based off the Bruce Timm universe, with the physiques and whatnot, but none of the voice actors from that universe come in.
Yeah, that was stupid.
And, of course, they had to splice both of Death of Superman and Reign of the Superman in one story, right? But not do it well at all. No Cyborg Superman, no Superboy, no Steel. Yeah, don't have any of the key players in that comic storyline, including the Justice League, show up. Just... I don't know. How did they see
Waste a bunch of goddamn time?
Yeah.
I'm not really sure.
So...
I'm also not sure where... Oh, that's where that was coming from.
So... Okay. So then... And Death of Superman basically... And the adaptation of Death of Superman basically had, like, Supes finally hooking up with Lois Lane after breaking up with Diana in this universe, because... why? Hey, was that a thing in the first place?
Because Frank Miller did it. I mean, honestly, I don't dislike Clark and Wonder Woman together, but it's kind of a... New 52 didn't do it well.
Yeah, no, they didn't. They at least made this Superman seem more like post-crisis in terms of personality.
Yeah.
And then we have...
Because let's be honest, fuck New 52 Superman.
Yeah. And Supes ended up... I'm getting into... Oh god, I think I know what I gotta do. I gotta get some virus types on my team for the upcoming boss fight I gotta do. Doing this.
Yep.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, so Superman's been trying to do some things with Lois Lane. Then Doomsday shows up and basically he wrecks a lot of Atlanteans, wrecks the satellite that, remind me the name of the guy that turns into Cyborg Superman again?
Hank Henshaw.
Hank Henshaw. On the satellite. Like... Then he wrecks a bunch of police officers. Then And Hawkman, Flash, Green Lantern, and Batman all show up to go fight him. And they get predictably wrecked. So then Batman's like 3 leaguers are down, need some backup, and we just got here. So then, and Wonder Woman and Cyborg, or Aquaman and Martian Manhunter all show up to help out. Oh, and they all get wrecked. And then Superman shows up to fight Doomsday throughout Metropolis, and holy crap, the battle is almost as intense as the comic. Like, Superman is, you know, being Superman and whatnot, and slowly having his life stripped away as he's fighting Doomsday and whatnot. Lex even tries to show up to help out, but then gets tossed to the wayside by Doomsday, because really, Lex, what were you going to accomplish there?
Good question.
And wasn't Lex like dating a clone of Supergirl that he made at one point in that comic?
I don't even remember anymore, but that sounds like something he would do.
Weirdly enough, he had a beard. He had red hair and a beard.
Oh yeah, that would have been during the time of young Lex, where he cloned himself after getting cancer from the kryptonite ring that he wore all the goddamn time for some fucking reason.
Didn't they also have that storyline in the DC animated universe during when he got cancer from carrying around a bunch of kryptonite with no lead whatsoever, or keeping it under wraps?
I'm not familiar.
Basically, it was the one where he assembled an Injustice gang to go fight the Justice League. And they had Batman captured, and he gambited them into giving away their location and then... and whatnot. It was the one where he kissed Cheetah.
Like I said, I'm not super familiar, so I wouldn't know.
Have you seen Justice League?
The cartoon?
Yeah.
Some of it.
It's the episode Injustice for All, and basically, Lex gathers a bunch of people over this Injustice gang, or basically it's him, Ultra Humanite, Star Sapphire, or what's the snake villain's name? I'm trying to remember. Basically,
would have been fine if that.
Basically, he
actually been fire.
And he just got sniped.
Yeah, well, I was trying to snipe the sniper. Yeah.
Sniping feels like it works better even in Mass Effect. Somehow it works better in that Schlockfest than it does in this Schlockfest.
Yeah, by the way, the sneak new Copperhead.
Copperhead, thank you, Fran.
Oh, like the name of my rifle.
Which one that is, yes.
Sorry, I forgot, like, what snake he was based off of, like... Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, I just looked it up on my phone.
Okay, so... them, Solomon Grundy, and, Shade.
Oh, Shade.
Yeah, the Shade. Did I mention Starfire was in this group?
Yeah. Yes, you did.
Okay, and like I said, Cheetah is also in there. Then, after a while, Joker shows up after Copperhead gets captured by the Justice League. So, and it turns out Batman had placed a tracking device on Lex. And the Joker shows up to tell him, "Hey, Batman's coming here. Why don't we make a plan so that we could, you know,
get out of the way, Sam."
Okay, anyway, as I was...
tell Sam to get the hell out the way.
Anyway...
I've never heard that.
Anyway, so Batman, and after recovering from Copperhead's poison, and decides to go after the Injustice Gang himself, just to kind of prove something. And essentially, he gets himself captured after the Joker knocks him out with a bag full of rocks. Like, not even making that up. That's literally how the Joker takes him out.
One would think the Bat Cowl would be designed to combat something like that.
But...
No, you haven't done in the right spot to knock him out.
Yeah. So the Joker took him out in the same way Killer Croc almost did, with a rock. It was a big one.
Everyone dies.
Oh, you mean the ending to the Future Trunks Goku Black arc in Dragon Ball Super?
I still haven't watched that.
I have terrible.
Like all of Super on Blu-ray except for part 10, and I still haven't watched it.
It's okay. So the thing is, it's safe to watch it after the Resurrection F arc because literally for the first 2 arcs you could just watch the movies and not miss anything.
It's literally retelling the movies for the first 2 arcs.
I've heard that.
After that, it's like it's good.
The only thing that I've heard that the Resurrection F arc is slightly done better in Super, but
not animation-wise, no.
Yeah, no.
Lord, no. Like Toei, I get it. I get in between frames can be a thing. I mean, I defend almost a lot of bits and pieces of My Hero Academia's animation. And
yeah, My Hero Academia has that thing where they reuse the same goddamn sky background every single episode almost. Which isn't that big of a deal, but
it really isn't that big a deal. Well, if I'm being honest.
Well, it's also not that big of a deal to just go into your rendering software and render a new set of clouds.
They do also have some battles at night and whatnot, but most of these battles do take place during the day. Those are just really like minor nitpicks over like the grand scheme of things, because the fight scenes still look amazing.
Well, yeah, it tends to be like the non-fight scenes, like that. What is that one thing where they have the characters in the triangle thing right there, and then
What are you talking about? Like the vessels or one for all?
No, sorry, that pose where they have the characters all standing in a trio kind of thing.
Yeah. I think I might know.
I don't know. I'd have to look at it. The thing is, it's like they could have just traced the manga and it would have looked way better.
Probably.
Too bad the last Evolution DVD release date is delayed as well. Oh, good. Now the English fans will never get to see how the Adventure series ends. And I'm like, you do know that we're going to probably get it eventually.
This is freaking forever.
Plus, I haven't really had a particularly positive opinion of Adventure Try. Due to how much they end up doing that just feels so wrong.
I could say something, but yeah, don't get me started. And you know what I'm talking about.
Let me guess. Does it have anything to do with the smooth baritone voice of Hackmon?
You are correct.
God dang it.
Notice the sudden tone of my voice.
He hasn't let me live that down since we went to see the 4th movie in theaters.
So, you know, it's a real shame. There was something that happened on literally the Tuesday after our last stream, where it was a translation controversy.
Oh yeah, as tsundere totally means like
fragile male ego, yeah.
Which is bullcrap.
Yeah, it's this game called The House in Fata Morgana, which is a visual novel I've actually heard a lot of good things about, that I actually really wanted to play, and but the thing is that this happened literally the Tuesday after our last stream, which was the day after, and it's a shame it was happening. Well, I found out about it then. It was literally happening, like, while we were streaming. So, anyways, you and I got into a bit of an argument with somebody on Twitter, and, I got into an argument with quite a few people on Twitter about this, because I actually have studied Japanese. I studied Japanese in college. And, I happen to know quite a bit about it. I was self-taught before that, I'm self-taught now. But I did study it in college, like I said. And, you know, you've gotta teach yourself a bit in just about anything. Anyways, the point is that there was this line in The House in Fata Morgana where a character was calling this guy who's got, like, this superiority complex, kind of. He's a mafioso with a superiority complex. Calling him a tsundere. Hey, I'm here, you stupid tsundere, which was basically the original dialogue. It was translated in as, I'm here, how's your fragile male ego, which any idiot who knows what the word tsundere means knows that's not true. You don't have to know Japanese to know that's not even remotely accurate.
And then they go with the claim that, the guy who doesn't know how to speak Japanese totally doesn't know how to speak English. There's that did the game. It's like, oh, this translation's okay.
Yeah, what have I said several times about how creators have signed off on really bad adaptations of their own work and been completely fine with it? I think there's a little thing involved called money.
Yeah.
And then there was a lot of money involved because a lot of the people who are supporting the claim or have direct links to this industry or are people who work for the companies that make these games, or that put these games out at the very least, so they don't want to hurt their own sales. And by the way, this is a Manga Gamer translation, so if you didn't already have reasons to hate Manga Gamer, you do now.
And then we find out that the person who translated it actually does hate men.
She's a trans misandrist, I believe it's called.
Yeah.
Where it's like the opposite of autogynephilia, where it's like some kind of, I'd say it's some kind of repressed self-hatred that manifests in,
Oh, and Sunny has to tell me...
In certain really stupid ways.
Tell me, yeah, I platinum Spider-Man now, and I'm like, okay, I platinum that game too. That was literally my first platinum. I know out of several games I've owned and played, that is the first one I have ever fully completed.
Sounds like not Yu-Gi-Oh!
I don't have Yu-Gi-Oh! On this thing. Because if I did, I'm not sure how a stream of that would go.
I actually have a Yu-Gi-Oh! Game on the Xbox One, which was basically given to me by Konami because they were like, well, we're sorry we ran out of Metal Gear Solid 5 copies. Here's a completely unrelated game to make up for it.
Really?
Yeah, the Metal Gear Solid 5 review copy thing was kind of stupid. You had to you had to like Google the website, which was their PR company, because they don't. You can't call them and have them connect you to their PR department. No. You can't even call the reception desk, leave your email address or phone number, and have them give your contact information to the PR department.
Oh, now Mason's whole why does
like
Twitter hate you guys so much? And I'm like, whatever. I'm like, well, gee.
That's an old message, by the way.
I know. It's like I finally see that, and I'm like, oh, gee, I wonder why Twitter hates us. It's almost.
Don't give Ryuji, that's why.
Okay, that's kind of a given, but
that's my in a nutshell thing. Without taking like a freaking explanation that's about long, but like 20 episodes of Naruto.
Me and Mom have recently gotten into watching Yu Yu Hakusho.
8.
She's actually surprisingly enjoyed it. And we just got to the Dark Tournament saga.
Oh, nice.
And I told her, you're gonna want to strap in for this one, because it's gonna be a long one.
Ooh, it's about to get good.
Yeah. So...
Yeah, also, by the way, the House in Fata Morgana, looking at it, this game has Legasp in it.
Legasp! The concert!
That joke may have either been lifted from Team 4 Star's Cooler's Revenge, or it may just be the fact that that is a 15-year-old internet meme, and that was old when the game was new in Japan.
Man, last I checked, we weren't really on good terms due to the fact that I wasn't particularly in the mood for doing Hunter x Hunter or viewings. Because look, it's nothing I have against you. Oh, it's just I would personally personally not like to be guilt-tripped into wanting to spend time with you. Because if that happens, then then it feels more like you're forcing me against my own will. Oh, rather than, actually wanting to genuinely spend time with me. Because, look, I love you guys. It's just... It's been interesting times with my family lately.
Bullshit that one guy seeing me alerted the rest of them.
And
yeah,
now
anyways,
I have Mega Seadramon.
So I wound up doing some looking into the original Japanese version of the game, and it turns out the entire game is like that. It's not necessarily memes, but it's completely inexcusable liberties taken with the translation. Like, to the point where they hammered a bunch of nuance out of the actual script. Like the original Japanese version is kind of like flowery and metaphorical in a lot of ways. It's like some Japanese stuff tends to be. And the English version is like so blunt, it's like being hit over the head with a fucking 2x4.
In 2x4, you're going to throw 2x4s at him. There's a Naruto Shippuden abridged series that has my guy, voiced by Anthony Sardina, who calls 1010 by anything but her actual name.
You know, I fucking love Antfish. I can't do any of his voices, but I fucking love his voices.
Oh my god. Those rocks look like Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Well, that I was hoping that House and Fata Morgana thing would last us a little while longer, but
yeah. So we're gonna be here for a while, just so you know, because I want to make sure I'm ready for Jimmy Ken's latest party, which includes a whole bunch of Data-type Digimon that I am horribly unprepared for.
Yep.
Oh no, now I sound like Droopy Dog.
Goddamn. Goddamn, why you guys sound like the most depressed dog ever?
Because I myself am quite depressed.
come on down here, man. Come on down here, man. I got candy for you.
Oh, fuck.
He's doing
candy and Popeyes for you.
So you know what Darts' voice in Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge is based on, right?
Yeah, he's got the freaking case to Elma Fuds.
No. There's a character, like I said, there's a character from Aqua Teen Hunger Force whose hair is literally like Darts. Or it's at least before he found the hair dye.
Oh, yes.
Who literally talks the way that Darts does.
Oh, man.
We gotta do the Aqua Teen Hunger Force, man. You know, I was also telling my mom, like the first 2 arcs of Yu-Gi-Oh! Are literally just a tournament arc.
Yeah.
In a row.
The first 2 arcs are 2 tournaments in a row, yeah.
That doesn't seem like a way you should pace your shonen. That doesn't seem practical in the slightest.
No, that's why you do a little filler in the thing.
That's why you throw in Duke Devlin and bringing Sexy back.
And don't forget the LSD or whatever you want to call it.
I summon the extremely phallic spaceship, but since it belongs to me, it grows twice its normal size. Duke Devlin always rises to the occasion, baby. Gradients, totally attack his life points. Yeah. Joey Wheeler lost the bet. Duke Devlin makes our panties wet. Since you lost, you have to do whatever I say. Put it on. This is slightly more humiliating than playing a children's card game. Yeah. So tell me something.
Tell me!
Oh, Drake's dead again.
Take another shot.
So tell me. So tell me, do you think that Nathan Drake is going to explain this to Elena? Saying like, after I died like about a dozen or so times.
I don't know, he's not the Prince of Persia.
You mean the one voiced by Yuri Lowenthal?
Yeah, the one from the GameCube era.
Yeah, the one that's getting chased by a Dahaka.
The one that wasn't voiced by Nolan North.
And the one that ends up getting destroyed because Ryan from Brain Scratch apparently he ends up not being very good at Prince of Persia. There's a video called Prince of Dead Ends posted on Brain Scratch Com's YouTube channel where apparently Ryan in his like a saying about like the game hasn't really aged all that well and whatnot, and says like he ends up getting into a big fight where he almost dies. Then he has to get into a scenario where after doing a bunch of high bars, he ends up coming across one where when he lands, he would end up taking fall damage for some reason. Don't ask me how or why that. Don't ask me how that works.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a heartbreak.
Drake.
I thought I was for a second there, I thought I was being interrogated by Andy Samberg.
I've seen that skit. That was awesome.
It was. It was amazing.
Yeah, thanks. I'm trying to find other shit.
How high does my Garurumon have to... What level does my Garurumon have to be in order...
From the top is always best. The long way.
Or the what?
In order to actually digivolve into Were Garurumon, because it needs 90 attack. I swear, grinding in this game would be so much easier if I had stat-enhancing items at the farm, but I don't.
Oh, keep grinding.
Do I look like I'm Sonic grinding on a rail through City Escape?
Way past cool, man.
Tubular, bro.
Oh yeah.
This is happening. Is it weird that we were thinking the exact same quote?
I don't think so. That's not an unknown quote.
I'm like, you better eat this damn meat, or I swear to God, eat your damn meat.
That's why I don't bother wasting money on that. I know it's exciting meat. It barely freaking works.
Oh, I have Miracle Meat. Eats that can also enhance my ability.
Good.
Okay, why is that a different color than everything else if I can't climb on it? Huh.
Why indeed?
Well, that's a point of no return.
What?
That ledge just fell down.
Yep. Looks like a point of no return to me. Yeah, let's trust the guy who barely has any motor functions without his brother. That makes sense. I'm saying that within the context of this game. So... now tell me. Hey guys.
Tell me.
Sorry, go ahead.
So, it seems like the only abridged series that seems worthwhile I'll be watching at this point in time. I'm Sword Art Online Abridged is going to be posting their next new episode in a while, as they're still doing Fairy Dance.
Oh, nice. They're how soon are they going to be posting that?
I don't know. Still, I'm just still knowing the fact that the Tool is a part of that cast as a fitting role, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Scott Frericks voices Noriaki Sugo, aka the Fairy King Oberon, whom in the...
Oberon is such a fucking prick in the anime, and that is the perfect casting.
Yes. And in the original Japanese version, that character was voiced by Takahito Koyasu, and in the dub, he is played by Todd Haberkorn.
Who did an excellent job, by the way.
Yes, he did. And there were some funny outtakes with Todd in that Cassie. In Kirito's, like, instead of saying, like, you gotta be kidding me, Suko! But then suddenly, and instead it's like, you gotta be kidding me, Haberkorn! He's like, how many times have I told you it's Todd King Haberkorn? Though my favorite Sword Art Online outtake has to come from Johnny in the SAO2 outtakes when his character was on Michelle Ruff's character, and he was like, autograph, 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 I love you, Michelle! I'm like, that sounds like a rabid anime fan. I love how Bosch just runs with a lot of good material.
Nothing.
Fuck you.
Okay, so I gotta tell you something funny. Okay, so frick, what was it?
Wait, you're actually gonna tell a joke? That's a miracle.
It's not a joke.
Okay, so I have a shipping manifest here. Does anybody want me to read that in a funny voice, or do you just want me to scroll through it again?
Fran, what do you got?
Let's do whatever.
Oh, come on, at least give me a specific suggestion.
Kermit the Frog?
Oh,
Hi ho, manifested the good ship Destiny, bound for Libertalia from the port of King's Bay. 10,000 coins, silver Moogle. 93 TLV. I have no idea what that is. Hi ho. 9,000 silver Moogle. Wait a second. Wouldn't that be, if you have 83 pounds, wouldn't that just be like, why is that separate? Okay.
I don't know.
14,000 coins, golden Spanish doubloons, 245 TLB. Tattoo gold horse and rider, Mogul 500 LB. Sculpture bronze elephant, Mogul 20 LB. Sculpture bronze elephant, Mogul 23 pounds. 100 spears iron, Spanish 400 pounds. 54 cutlasses steel. Spanish 162 pounds. 50 cannonball iron, Spanish, 1,200 pounds. 12 horses, 9,000 pounds!
What?
And 4 barrels of wine, at 2,400 pounds.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Now you gotta say it like Willem Dafoe.
Ooh, my. Oh, there we are. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na. Okay, I have another thing to read.
Oh God.
Oh God.
Fran, please have something. Literally anything will do.
Alright, do it a Stitch.
What?
I can't do Stitch.
You can't do Stitch?
No, I can't do Stitch. Because my Stitch sounds like this. Section G, shelf T, contents is accounted for by Art Taylor. Picture, Jewel Dagger. Founder Al-Basra claims this bejeweled dagger belonged to Emperor Aurangzeb himself. If so, its worth is immeasurable.
Oh my God.
Picture, pearl elephant. A magnificent lethal specimen, painted in indigo with a pearl saddle, tempted to slip it into my own pocket. Picture, jade vase. These details in this sculpted vase are exquisite. The Moguls have a knack for working with jade. Founder Al-Basra tells me their empire has entire workshops dedicated to the manufacture of such items.
There, you happy?
Yes.
Someone's happy.
Okay.
I'm trying so hard. And I got so far. But
No,
in
we
the
can tell you
Tried so hard and got so far. In the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fuck up the physics of
God damn
this
it.
fucking spear. It doesn't really follow the law.
No, it's got its own laws.
No.
No, just no.
No.
Okay, so, I swear, it's gonna be hard for me. You know, I think Resident Evil and Kingdom Hearts are probably gonna be the only things where I can do some actual dramatic ratings. Things just due to the simple fact that, other than that, this game doesn't really have a lot of readable things for me to go through. Other than reading character dialogue and whatnot. And, I'm trying to think. What was it? So, and, it's past 11. Where's that? Has to not me.
Yep. Here come the fumblies.
Yep. So, probably next time when I stream this game, I'll probably be more prepared and, you know, actually have something to go up against Jimmykin.
Yeah, you'll beat Jimmykin's ass.
Alright, so I'm just gonna save here, and then we're gonna, and then we'll have to continue. We'll have to talk.